I'm trying to build strength. I'm not trying to build a specific body part. It's overall strength. It's not a specific muscle.
Personal accountability means you're responsible for your own life, which means you are in power. You have the power to control and change your life.
All right, what's up, guys? Welcome back. We have a push day today. Haven't done a push day in a minute. It's because I have this weird off schedule. Like, it's 3 days on, 1 day off. But then sometimes I'm like busy and then I just skip a day. So I just end up using that as an active rest day. I'll come in, do cardio, and nobody wants to see that, so I don't film it. But we got a push day today, and I think this is going to be the first episode of the strength series. So basically all it is I'm going to break down how I train to build strength. And this is going to be a full push day, so chest, shoulders, and triceps. The way I do it is I focus on a lot of compounds. Rep range is pretty low, form in check, technique in check, really focusing on the stretch and getting out of the hole. So I just finished doing my pre, and which was a scoop of creatine, because see if that focuses, because creatine is good for everything: brain, muscles, heart, etc. Also, it's anti-cancer, which I just learned on a podcast. And for the pre, we did the Woke AF BKFC partnership. This one tastes so good. It's like a what would that be? It's like it's not like it's like that ice cream, not ice cream, but like it's like a popsicle type flavor, but like blue. I'm explaining it horribly, but it tastes really good. One thing I do want to let you guys know is that Bucked Up is having a summer sale starting June 20th. I'm not sure when this is gonna come out, but it'll come out before that. And if you guys use code Caesar10, it'll give you 40% off the entire sale. So you can use that for anything. You can use that for any of the supplements. You can use that for any of the gym products. So like, I use this band to stretch out a lot. And I have the Bucked Up hoodie, Bucked Up sweats, socks, everything. So you guys can put everything in your cart now, and then the day that the sale goes live, June 20th, just put in code Caesar10. It'll give you 40% off the entire order. And I think that there's an early access code. I'll leave it in the description, or I'll put it on my Instagram. It's going to give you access to a full 24 hours before. So that'll be June 19th. If you want to help support this channel, use code Caesar10 at buckedup.com. So this is just basically going to be how I train for strength. It's going to be focused on a lot of compound lifts. So I focus on the meat and potatoes of strength, which is just a lot of heavy shit, and then focusing on the smaller details of things. Because let's be honest, if you're trying to build strength, you're not really trying to build a specific body part. You're trying to build overall strength to get the weight up from any movement, whether that be chest, shoulders, or triceps. And yeah, enough about that. I'll get into the specifics during the workout. incline dumbbell. If you saw towards the end of my last set, I was doing the 80s, and for those I'm shooting around 6 to 8 reps, but I'm usually trying to grind out the last 2. And if I don't get them, like for example, like 3 days ago, I was able to hit the 80s for 8, and I felt like I still had more in the tank, so I was fine. I did that. I did 4 sets, 8 reps, 6 to 8 reps each. The first 2 are warm-ups, just to kind of really get that stretch in the pec, and I shoot for about 6. But the working sets, I try to normally shoot for around 8. That last set, I did 6, and I couldn't go for 8. So what I normally do on a last working set, if I can't get the rep range that I really wanted, I was able to get 6, so I just drop the weight in half, and then I do a drop set. I crank them out until I can't anymore, just to basically make up for the 2 reps that I couldn't do. You don't really have to do that because, like I said, I'm trying to work for strength, but that also really tests the endurance of your muscle and how much you can actually lift heavy-wise, not for how long you can lift. Hopefully that makes sense. But yeah, you don't have to do that last set drop set, but for me, I just like to do it because I just like to push myself towards the end of that set. And that's the heavy shit. That, and moving on to incline barbell. I failed that last one. So, like I said, drop the weight in half or around half, or a weight that you can get like 10 to 12 to, and do that drop set. Well, for me, I like to do that drop set. Moving on to the next one. This is one of the big 3. This is gonna be the overhead press. Now, I used to do shoulder press, this is basically a shoulder press just with a barbell and you're standing, but why I like to do the overhead press instead of the dumbbell press is because when you're sitting down with a set of dumbbells, your body is kind of stabilizing itself and using those stabilizer muscles around your shoulder and not really using your entire core, your legs, everything else that is supposed to build up your strength, which is why a lot of conventional lifts, which is why a lot of compound lifts are used for building strength. So I moved on to the overhead press because when you're here, you're stabilizing your core. The stabilizer muscles in your shoulders are also working, but you're using both of your shoulders and both of your arms to activate that strength. So for me, over time, and with increasing the weight every other week or every week for me, is going to be beneficial for that, especially when you're just trying to build overall strength. Because keep in mind, when you're sitting down doing things with dumbbells, or you're using machines, or things that don't really incorporate your entire body, you're just kind of doing basically bodybuilding style of working out. You're just trying to target a specific muscle, trying to grow that specific muscle at a rate of hypertrophy on your own. But yeah, if that makes sense, hopefully it does. But But yeah, we're gonna move on to this. I think we're gonna do 3, maybe 4, depending on how I feel. We're gonna shoot for around 6 to 8. And same rule applies on the last 2 working sets. If I don't get 8, I'll drop it and rep them out. So let's move on. The 25s on each side right now is feeling kind of heavy, and I think that's because I've been doing all these drop sets. But we're gonna shoot this. We're gonna do this one again with the 25s, and then on the 3rd set, I'll put on a 10 on each side and just grind out as many as I can. I'm gonna try to see if I can go for 6. I know I'm not gonna hit 8, but I'm gonna try. And if I don't hit it, we're gonna do the drop set method again. So yeah, let's see how that moves. This whole workout is just drop sets. You know, incorporating dips towards the end of a workout, especially a push day, is really going to test your strength, because you're already incorporating your tricep in every pushing movement, like incline dumbbell or incline barbell press and or the overhead press. That last bit of the contraction, where you're really targeting the tricep, is crucial, because now once you're here, your tricep is already being used. So once you're on a dip machine or any dip setup like this, your tricep is just going to burn after this. I don't really like doing the cable movement for a tricep, or like a tricep machine or whatever, because I'm trying to build strength. I'm not trying to build a specific body part. It's overall strength. It's not a specific, muscle. So the tricep, like I said, the tricep is already being used in all these other exercises that you're doing before the dip machine. So once I'm at the dip machine, it's just all tricep and a little bit of chest. So we're gonna finish off with these, and we're done with the workout.